As the Arab Spring we witnessed quickly turns into winter, the Middle East is littered with deposed dictators, dead and alive. Now all eyes are on Syria and President Assad, who remains defiant and in power for now. He has killed thousands trying to crush the rebellion, and he's tried mightily hard to hide the killing and the torture by keeping Western journalists out of there. But our own chief foreign correspondent Richard Engel got in at great risk to tell the story of the ongoing revolution inside Syria.
It's the Arab Spring's most stubborn revolution. And it's kept alive by graphic videos like these, recorded in secret in Syria. The Syrian regime has kept most foreign journalists out, but it can't keep the videos in. We set out to find out why by going into Syria. We contact smugglers in southern Turkey. Usually, they traffic cigarettes across the border into Syria. This time, we will be their cargo. Suspecting we may be police, they swap us day and night from car to car to gauge how we react.
Not surprisingly, the smugglers are very, very cautious, but finally they do seem convinced we are who we say we are and haven't been followed.
The group takes us to a safe house on the Turkish side of the border. We wait here for the moment to cross into Syria. We're told we'll go at night and wait 3 days. But when we think we're driving to yet another safe house,
are we crossing now?
They suddenly drop us off on the side of the road.
Go.
And tell us that this field is the way in. It's 3 in the afternoon, broad daylight.
I didn't expect we'd be crossing during the day.
So, without visas, without permission, we start to cross into Syria. The border runs right through these fields. We pause frequently as our guide, a smuggler, calls spotters to learn if watchtowers are occupied and for the location of armed Syrian border guards. Next, we must leave the relative protection of the tall grass and run through an open field.
Come on.
Once we cross the barbed wire fence, we're inside Syria. The stakes are now much higher. If we're caught as Americans, we'll likely be accused of spying.
This is the part where we are the most exposed. It's open land all around us. We've stopped in this tiny little ditch, waiting for the sign that we can go forward.
A car is supposed to be waiting for us on the Syrian side.
We are now inside Syria and just waiting by the side of the road for our contact to pick us up.
It's a terrible wait. Obvious foreigners by a roadside. Finally, our contacts arrive. They take us to a safe house in a small Syrian city. It's a brothel in a basement apartment, full of beer bottles, mattresses, and a mirrored bed. Home for the next 3 days. The uprising began last March in the southern city of Dera. There, a group of students was jailed, some as young as 11, for writing "The people want to topple the regime" on a wall of their school. But when one of the boys was eventually released, he looked like this. Witnesses say security forces branded his face with hot knives. Protests erupted, first in the student's hometown, and then nationwide. President Bashar al-Assad responded with tanks, troops firing on protesters, and mass arrests. In our Syrian safe house, I speak with Juan Yusuf, a human rights lawyer. He lives in hiding and asks we not show his face. He says, "I'd like to say to the American people, the same way you like freedom and democracy and to live in security, we are not different. We are human beings." We drive to a nearby apartment to meet more activists, moving quickly.
We think there's some security up ahead as well.
To avoid being seen. A law student tells me many female demonstrators are raped by security forces. A journalism student shows me the laptop he uses to transmit videos. He works with a team of 10 other videographers who record demonstrations with cameras hidden in their clothing. And they are always aware that their videos could be used against them. He says we deliberately film crowds from a distance so individuals can't be recognized or arrested. Activists say they also use encryption software provided by the U.S. State Department that prevents the Syrian government from tracking the video's source. After the student sends his videos, he immediately erases the hard drive.
Go.
We leave Syria, back through the fields, and return to Turkey.
Go, just go.
In Istanbul, the Ottoman capital on the Bosphorus, we meet Omar al-Muqdad. He's the other half of the opposition. He distributes the videos recorded in Syria to the world. The 31-year-old began opposing the Syrian government while he was still in college. Al-Muqdad says he founded 3 unlicensed newspapers in Damascus. All were shut down by the government.
We didn't make any crimes. We're just trying to follow our freedom.
He says he was arrested 7 times. In prison, Al-Muqdad says the guards told him if he stopped writing, they'd go easy on him.
And they said, will you continue writing this nonsense? I say, if I see something wrong, I will write about it. I will not be silent. Then they say in cold-blooded way, okay, cool. We will help you to stop writing. They put my hand on the table and they broke it.
They said, we'll help you stop writing. Smash.
And they broke my hand.
Since fleeing Syria last spring, Al-Muqdad has helped post more than 2,500 videos.
Why did Tunisia fall? Egypt fell. Gaddafi's regime fell. But Syria hasn't. Why not?
Because we have a problem with the army. The army is still under their control. 41 years, they put all the country under their control.
The Syrian government declined to speak to us, but claims the demonstrators are armed gangs and terrorists who have killed hundreds of Syrian security forces.
How do you see this developing?
The people are determined to take the regime out.
And their most powerful weapons are laptops and cell phones.
We're always happy to see you back. You were briefly insanely exposed during this story. Back up one little thing to this State Department software. How does that happen?
Yeah, the State Department helps these activists communicate without being detected by the Syrian government. About 200 activists have been killed for transmitting videos, and this is part of the State Department's initiative to give them some degree of protection. The U.S. has said there will be no military intervention, nothing like what happened in Libya, but they're helping in ways they can.
Hard to believe. February of this year, you and I are walking through Tahrir Square. And, you know, you're looking at Cairo, a city where you moved as a young college graduate to learn Arabic. Mubarak gone, Gaddafi gone, Assad very nervous.
Assad is very nervous, especially after Gaddafi was killed. The stakes are suddenly much higher. He saw that unless he wins and crushes this revolt, Assad could end up becoming killed. It has also encouraged the demonstrators because they saw that someone like Gaddafi himself could be brought down. So the stakes are higher for both sides.
Always good to see you, especially after this trip.